I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mu. Our paths had crossed before.
Well, welcome back. This is part 2 of Broken Sword 5. And this policeman, I'm sure this policeman was from Broken Sword 1. He was maybe outside the museum or something in the first game. I do remember. But let's show him our card.
Sergeant Mu, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu!
Yes, of course.
That poor man!
She doesn't know because she ran off during the, well, you know, as soon as it happened.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
Okay.
I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Okay. So he's not going to move?
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
Well,
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Mu?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind.
well,
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying
he's not
his
asleep.
famous scientific methods.
Let me in.
Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so.
It will be
I am
cracked,
dog
even
tired
though
and
we've
want
got
to
the
go
evidence.
This was madness. Sergeant Mu wasn't going to let me in.
Huh. Well, what's this I've noticed?
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and
come
let
on.
the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
Come on then, what's this about
Why are you
tiredness?
so tired, Sergeant Mu?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
Now
That
this
incident
is
you
what
mentioned,
I remember from
what
the first
happened
one.
exactly?
I'm
I don't
pretty
want to
sure
talk
we
about
gave him
it.
coffee on the first one and
All I
made
can
him leave
say
his
is
post.
it was very unfortunate. I am on duty.
So
and
they're
I need
talking
to
about it
focus.
like they don't know about it, but I'm pretty sure it was
Thanks a
her
lot, Sergeant Mu.
that
You've
gave him
been
the drink
so
in the first.
helpful.
I'll have to I'll have to load up the first broken sword and check again. So, what can we see in the window? Anything changed?
It was an office. The room was full of strange trinkets.
Okay. Can we wave to anyone through the window?
The body was still in there. I had to get back inside.
You not knock on the glass or anything? Let's go see the waiter. See if he's a bit nicer to us.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you?
Then why
no.
you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant,
That bad, huh?
and the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
I
Is
don't.
this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
Nice.
No, madame, no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
That's not
On
nice.
any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery.
And what makes her think that?
Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant.
What war was
You
this
are
that
a
he was
true
in?
daughter
Tear
of
gas?
France.
Blood?
And I am your humble servant.
Something happened in Paris. It must have been in one of the previous Broken
Monsieur.
Swords. I haven't played all of them, so
The
I
road to
think I played 1
enlightenment
and
is a
2.
long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me?
Could we have a little chat?
Anytime, madame.
Okay, yeah, I think
How
some
about
coffee.
some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
What is that coffee? That's espresso.
Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
There you go, 1 shot. Could we have another
The
one?
coffee was hot and strong.
Yeah.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true.
Yeah, you
He
saw me
stole a
running away
painting
and said I
shot
had a
the gallery
camera.
owner.
But I didn't, I had a phone. How
How
did you know I
close we
took a
are to
picture
death.
with it?
And yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
Is there a back door?
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty. Could you make me a coffee to go?
Yeah.
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame. One moment.
He must just scoop it out of a bucket. He's in there and out again straight away.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Huh? She just put it in her top pocket. How strange. Okay, let's go give the coffee. We know what we need to do.
Salut.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame.
Oh, there's quite a lot of, well, we know what we need to do.
Sergeant Moore, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I'm tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant.
Oh
Just
dear.
after the president's
So it wasn't
divorce
us that
came
gave him the
through.
coffee then, but
You are a victim
I
of
do
a
remember
great
him,
injustice,
but
Sergeant.
obviously I
think
can't
so?
remember the actual scenario.
But of course.
Just drink the
you
coffee,
knew
man.
You must not fall
Throw it on
asleep
him.
at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
Well, this is a bit
is?
far-fetched.
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
You are
I
tired.
suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
There you go, at the top pocket. And he ate the whole thing, it's gone.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
Now here's these things in France. It's they piss in the street
I distracted
in
Moo.
these
It was now. or
metal
never.
circular things. Yeah, you just walk in there and just do it there, right in the middle of town, no problem. I've got an achievement too. Cool. So we're back at last.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Okay. Because he still needs to
Nico,
look at blood
Am
splatter.
I glad to see you?
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery.
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledizio is evil.
Of course it
I
is.
need to get into the
An
office and see
evil
what
painting.
the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of
He's
distraction.
watching me like a hawk.
I'll see what I
He's
can
in a
do.
room that's about 15 foot across. How is he going to miss you? Alright then. Let's see what he's got to say.
Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
I was saving for some reason.
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Of course, because you're standing around looking at blood splatters. Tell me about yourself.
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
See, that's what I said. Where's all the
Don't you
blood?
find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
Well, it was evil.
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
What about the alarm?
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-laff.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
The killer
Correct,
that had a
madame. It is but an
motorcycle
indicator.
helmet on.
The only true evidence is bodily fluid. Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore. What do you think about the American, Georges?
He is deeply suspicious.
Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
Well, he didn't actually want to know anything, so...
If I was going to distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
Concoct some. Well, we can tidy up at least. And what's this? Is that blood?
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. I spread some of this sauce around with my shoe. It looked a little bit like a blood stain, but it still wasn't right. If I was going to distract the cop, I had to get rid of that gum.
Okay.
No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands.
Huh. Well, if it's not the phone...
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice.
Yay, I've got chewing gum stuck to the card now. Oh, Inspector! Look at this.
Inspector!
Yes?
Come and check out this blood stain.
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Go, go, go.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, George. That should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office.
What does he mean, the machine? Oh, at least he remembered the number.
I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
What do we have? That statue looks like the dead guy.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Ah, you can't hear the
Oh,
other end of the
anything
conversation because
interesting?
it's coming out of the controller.
Oh, really?
It's one of these PlayStation things where it plays it through the speaker in the controller.
Ah, yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir. You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot? I'm working on it.
Huh. Okay. So that's the boss saying, save some money. Anyway, what we came here for. CCTV.
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape.
What?
It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
We just had to get a passcode to get in the bloody door. Now we got to get a passcode to... Okay. Can you type in any number? Wow. Excellent.
Nope. I needed to find a 4-digit number.
Okay, so we're looking for post-it notes.
The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged.
Oh?
Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting.
That is interesting. Why would you have a secret drawer? Oh, what is this?
I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office.
Okay, so there's no key here. What else have we got? Got a bin?
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment.
Oh,
It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores.
he's been buying
The address
ladies'
indicated
clothes.
that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business.
Well,
But now I
if
do.
you're investigating, maybe they are your business, because if you had no money, that could have been a reason for the robbery. Let's see. Ah,
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
27th of May. So could the code be 2705? Let's give it a go. So, let's see. 2705. Oh,
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen.
really? Why did he have that note in his hand about the time? Oh, we can click on it, can we?
Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture.
Of course. Oh. How's that an achievement? Chasing your tail, okay.
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble.
Oh, better avoid her then.
A good view of La Malediccio. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it.
Oh my gosh. Nothing?
The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The killer caught in the act.
No, he's not
There's
wearing
nothing
gloves
really
there.
distinctive about it.
Oh, but he did take the frame with him. No. Anything?
The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malediccio from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take.
Well, yeah, it's the one where the alarm's been cut.
The moment it all went horribly wrong.
Paching!
There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out.
Ooh.
Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted.
How strange. It is strange.
The most striking aspect of the painting
Oh,
was
God,
a
come on.
snake eating its own tail. The killer making his getaway.
Ah, but now we can read the helmet.
A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful.
Well, yeah. If he's putting his bloody place of work on the front of
The
the
painting
bloody
was
helmet, how stupid is that? Just before we do a robbery?
There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the
And there's the
CCTV.
game telling us to stop looking. Yeah. Now then, what can we find out on his desk? Some
I
pins?
didn't like the idea of
Oh.
a pocket full of sharp pins.
Why let
I
me?
didn't need a business card.
Oh, again, why let me?
The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket.
The game is just being a pain.
The lighter was corroded and grimy. It'd probably never work again. I decided to leave it.
Yeah, go
Carrying
on.
an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid.
Ah, but a cup
The
of
ink would
coffee
have
wouldn't
stained
be,
my
eh?
hands for days. I didn't feel the need to take Henri's eraser.
Is there anything here?
I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it.
Nothing? Anything? Drawers? Oh! Here we go. What's this?
There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence.
Vera Security.
It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind
So they
our
use their
back to
own
choose a
security
security
people
outfit.
against the insurance company's
I'd
recommendation.
never heard of Vera Security.
Which is
but there
fine,
was
sort
an
of.
address and phone number on the form.
Oh, look at that. I must have found everything in the office.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
No, there's no blood here. Tell the truth?
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur... Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
No.
Well,
That's not how
no.
insurance works.
We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
What the hell?
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur? monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed.
Well,
I am
there's a
going to have
dead
to ask
body
you to
laying out on
return
the
to the
ground
gallery.
there. My employer.
Of course, but I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
What do you know about...
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh, pal?
What a nice guy.
Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation. Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Well, doesn't hurt
Indeed.
until you try.
Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You
So
may
let me
go
get this
now,
right.
but I
4
will need to speak
witnesses
with you again.
witnessed a guy in a helmet running out the place. We've got it on CCTV, and yet I'm the prime suspect
I have
because
some valuable leads,
I insured it.
but before following up on them,
What
I had
a
important
weirdo.
business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene,
Wasn't
and
it
you
always?
must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days.
Well, there you go.
Nobody is
So
to
it was
leave
an
the
official
country.
crime scene at
particularly
the
you,
end
Monsieur
of the
Stobart.
walking around and
Monsieur
tampering and
Lang
stuff.
will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
And there we go. So that's the end of part 2. In part 3, we'll have our coffee with Nico and see what other things we can investigate to try and find out what's going on. We've got Vera Security. We've got the helmet thing, whatever that symbol was on the top of his helmet, so we can investigate that. And probably some other things, but we'll find out in part 3.